My first question is just we were talking earlier in the workshop about ways of entry into poetry. Tell us your first encounters with poetry that you remember.
Oh gosh, yeah, we were talking about this earlier in the workshop. So, my very first encounters with poetry were the Golden Book nursery rhymes, but really what piqued my interest in what poetry could do was Shel Silverstein. So once I started to read some Shel, and if you've ever read Shel Silverstein, he can be a little naughty. You're like, wait a minute, this poem is saying, she's not going to take the garbage out. Ooh, and it's just stacking up high. Or, it's dealing with some more challenging subjects that take more risk, like mass, which we read earlier, about how we walk around looking for each other. Or in the poem, I had blue skin, he had blue skin, but we passed each other and didn't see each other because of the mask that we wore. So that really got me thinking about how I could take risks in poetry and what else was there for me to discover.
So that sounds young, super
young.
So
very
you've
young.
Always known.
Well, poetry has always intrigued me. I didn't start writing, and I say seriously because through grade school English class, you write, acrostics and different. When it gets to that poetry unit,
right.
You write your poems and you go on to something else. But when I was in my 20s, I started writing poetry and was writing with a group in Kentucky while I lived there with the Heartland Review and publishing. But then I met Frank X. Walker and Nikki Finney and the Afro-Latin poets, and shortly thereafter became an Afro-Latin. And I was like, okay, now I've got to really apply some skill and thought to this work. And